Well, welcome. Today is December 10th. It is Wednesday. We are live on the LFG call. Lots to talk about today. Does anyone have any wins they'd like to talk about? Bring up, share. You can unmute and share your story if you would like to. Also, I have a really unique topic that just came up with one of my agents that I wanted to share with everyone today. So does anyone have a win? I'm going to give it a couple more, just checking the chat. So today is our free Productive Aging Collective, AKA PAC, free call on Wednesdays. We do them Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Fridays is just a half hour later to give you West Coasters a little time to sleep in with Corey. But these are free calls. There's tons of nuggets that are in them that we love to be able to help you all with your business and moving your business forward. We do have a lot of success stories. I know, Lori Machen, you're on. You have a great success story too, with the coaching and everything that you've had. I don't want to put you on the spot. Is there anything you want to share about how your business has improved?
Are you referring to me?
Yeah, putting you right.
Well, I was coaching with Paul for a few months, and he taught me how to get my board of directors together. And so between my lender, I received a referral, and my financial advisor, and I closed $17,000 worth of business last month from those two.
Yay! That is fabulous. This is what we want to see. We want to see you all making money. We love this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love that. I love it, love it, love it. So this is the proof is in the pudding. This stuff works, which is awesome. And we want to make sure that you all are getting the most that you can, because at the end of the day, this is what it's about. We have to make money to fuel our passions, right? And at the end of the day, serving the senior population can put you down a different path. It can be a little bit more time consuming because our seniors, they need a little bit more hand holding throughout a transaction. But once you start closing those deals, it makes a big deal for you. Now, I wanted to bring up a topic that happened with one of my agents. And the reason why is because I think that this potentially could happen to you. So here is the scenario. We have partners and we're building our board of directors, our bod. Paul teaches us that on the Monday call. And we have let's go, a couple more folks joining in the waiting room. And so as you're building your pod and you're getting those folks around you to build those reciprocal partnerships, when you have a client for them, the next step is how do we introduce them and how do we integrate them into our business? So one of the biggest things that I do is I make sure that when I talk about someone from my bod, and it could be a painter, it could be an elder law attorney, and we're talking about this just for those of you who may be new. Your board of directors are people who serve with you, who have reciprocal referrals with you, and you're giving them referrals and they're giving you referrals. But you have what's called a rules of engagement conversation with them. And Paul teaches you on Mondays how to do this, along with additional coaching on our platform that we have. And so once you do have that client and you're ready to refer to them, this is where the gap goes sometimes. And we're going to close that gap today. So I will give you the scenario. One of my agents had a call from a client yesterday, a potential seller. Hey, listen, I know you work with seniors. My dad is, XYZ, we'll just say his name is Tony. He is 85 years old. He's become more ornery. and we think there's something going on. She used the word cognitive decline, which was great that she was looped in. He's gone to the doctor. We're awaiting some evaluations to be done. And we're starting to notice that he's becoming more and more forgetful. So just a little pin in this. There is a normal aging process to forgetfulness. So those of you who may not know me, I'm a former executive director of assisted living and memory care in 2 states, in Connecticut and down here in Florida. And I've also been a sales director. I've moved almost 400 seniors into senior living. So I have seen a lot in my professional life with working with seniors. So she said that he has some forgetfulness. He's starting to repeat himself. This does happen with normal process of aging, but it's just how much, okay? He has become more ornery. He doesn't like women authority. He prefers male authority. This happens, the dementia side effect too sometimes. And he's become more sexual, which is another side effect of dementia. But we don't have time to go through the over 150 different types of dementias on the umbrella of dementias. This Alzheimer's just the widest known to be diagnosed. But this is a form, and these are red flags for families. She said, I know that he's going to have to move into a senior living community, but she just doesn't know what stage of that he's going to need. So her biggest thing was, does he need memory care? Is it independent or assisted? And once speaking with my colleague, I had explained, listen, it's not for us to determine. We are the real estate agent, and we're here serving seniors at a high level, but we do have partners that we partner with, right? Because all of us, unless you have a geriatric background, an RN background, we're not really going down that rabbit hole with doing assessments for them, all right? Because we got to stay in our lane. And as we look at our board of directors, I explained that we have a partner that we partner with for placement. And the placement agent does an assessment and is certified in this and is our partner. And he asked, well, how do I introduce them to this woman for her dad where it's seamless? And that's really easy. You get their preferred method of communication. Is it a phone call, email, text? Okay. This one was text, no problem. I introduced my agent to my partner. We'll call her Missy. And I said, okay, this is our partner who can help with this, because right now they live in a border town from where we are, but their dad lives in one town, they live in another. So we have a distance, like where do you want them to move? Do you want them to be around their doctors? Do you want them to move closer to you so you can visit more? Okay, there's a lot of different factors when selecting a senior living community. And then we have to narrow down over location. Is it IL, AL, or memory care? Most likely it's going to be AL. It's going to be an ALF. So at the end of the day, we have that conversation, and he did some info gathering, which the info gathering was, okay, do they have any current diagnoses? How old is this gentleman, their name? And a couple of other little innuendos, like, you know, what are their likes? What are their hot buttons, right? What are their likes? What are their dislikes? What did they used to do? That really helps to determine what's going to be the best community for them. Because if they're an introvert, they're not going to want to go to a community that's boisterous, you know, when you walk in the door. Are they an extrovert? Do they like to bird watch, the garden, whatever the case may be? Because each community has their own little nuances that they do. Now, we partner with a senior placement company down here because my senior placement company that I partner with asks every single move-in that they have if they've worked with a realtor to sell their home yet. And if they don't, then I have the opportunity to go and present to get that listing. And this particular senior living company has given me over 20 listing appointments in the past 2 years. So for me, it is worth its weight in gold to partner with them. Some agents like to do this on their own, and it's up to you for what you prefer. This is my preferred method. So I did the text intro between my agent and Missy to say, hey, he's got a lead for you. It's a hot lead. I want you to talk to him directly for what their needs are and how we can help this client moving forward. They had a conversation this morning, okay? Now, when it comes time for the agent you as the agent to introduce it to your client, and this is the adult stepdaughter, the adult daughter is always the one who handles these things. It's a known fact. It's, the statistic is out there. This is how we introduce them. Hi, Sherry. I would like to introduce you to one of our team members, Missy. She is going to be able to help you navigate senior living process for dad. We know that an assessment is going to be done, and she is going to be able to help you with that. She's copied above on this text. I would like for you both to, have a conversation moving forward, but I wanted to make sure everybody had everyone's contact information. I introduced them as a team member because they are part of your team. They're part of your board. Now, if you say they're part of your board, words matter. The client's not going to know what you're talking about. We want them to say they're part of our team because they are. And it's no different if you have a painter or a contractor on your team or a home health company that you work with or a home care company. These are your board of directors. You will remember you're in the center and they are around you, and you are all working together for one goal: to get the client in a space where they need to be so we can get that property sold. That is our team's main function. And as agents working in here, your goal is to get paid at the end of the day by selling that listing. So this is how we are moving forward. It's a great learning lesson that I wanted to explain to everyone, because I do think it's important that we talk about building these partnerships, but when we're actually have the partnership made, that reciprocal partnership with that company for your board of directors, now it's how to introduce it to your clients. So before I go forward any further, does anyone have any thoughts, questions, comments? So I could make sure I don't go too quickly. Has anyone done this before? Y'all are quiet this morning. Has anyone introduced their client to a board member this way before? Okay. It's important that as we move forward, because I see a couple of heads nodding and whatnot, it's important that we make sure that when we're talking to folks that we're working with, we introduce everyone on a level playing field. And Donna said, no, but I love this. Thank you. This is very important because at the end of the day, it's a great way for me to keep track of what referrals I gave out to who. I keep track of my referrals because at the end of the day, I need to make sure that Missy's moved along, Mr. Smith, say, to a senior living community, because then when do I step back in? Because remember, moving someone into senior living as a placement agent or just a senior living community within itself can take anywhere from 30 to 40 hours of time spread over a week, 2 weeks, a month, because everyone moves at a different pace. It's the holidays right now. So what we're noticing in our market is we have a lot of looky-loos going into senior living communities to look at what rooms do you have? I want the corner room with the white cabinets. I don't want espresso cabinets. I want this flooring. I don't want that flooring. So this is what I'm hearing from my partners in the community right now. There's no real sense of urgency because Christmas is just 2 Fridays away. We have 2 more Fridays before Christmas, right? So everyone is waiting until after Christmas. And this is the perfect time for families between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's to go and check out to see how mom and dad are doing. Open those cabinets, open that fridge, see if they have supplies in the house, see if they have food in the house, see how mom and dad's appearance is when they go to see them. And this was one of the telltale factors as working in senior living that I noticed from families and what they saw. And they said, I had a call with mom every other day. And boy, did she hide the fact that things were so bad. And it happens every year. And I don't know if they all have a phone call about this or what, but it seems as if they all do the same thing. And it's, I think, in our human nature to say, nope, I'm fine. I don't need any help. I don't want to bother you. You're too busy. But deep down inside, they might be hurting financially, not have enough food to put on their table, or even the desire to eat and make food because it's too strenuous for them. And so this is something that families are starting to notice right now, which then propels them to move them somewhere where they can have more eyes on them. That might be IL, might be AL. And it all depends on, what is happening and what their needs are. And then from there, figure out, well, what are we going to do with the home? Because we now need to afford a senior living community that's going to cost us $5,500 a month, right? So that home is our largest investment. And us as agents, that's where we step in to say, okay, this is the largest investment. What do they purchase it for? Are there any capital gains happening? What's their spend down going to look like? Have they talked to a financial advisor? Remember, never leave a door closed. We're going to open that door and ask questions. So we're going to say, okay, do you have a financial advisor who can help you with a spend down model? Because the goal is to get them to 100 with enough money in the bank to pay with the increases from senior living. And then the other factor is, do they have advanced directives and will? And then you open that door. And then when they say, nope, I don't have one, well, there's another referral for another partner for you, right? So we keep opening those doors to figure out what is going on in their world where we can help them. Down to if they have pets and need critter care, because that's another business that comes into senior living, to help care for that pet and walk that dog 3 times a day, make sure that cat is fed, make sure they have food and water. So there's a lot of opportunities for us during this time, but we just have to keep asking those questions. It's no different than when you're taught how to be in that sales funnel and just keep whittling down till you get to their hot buttons to know what their must-haves are for their buying when they're looking for a property. Any questions or thoughts on that? Do you all find this helpful? Okay, see more heads nodding. Can't see everyone's face, but I see a couple of faces, which is helpful. Gives me more energy when I get to see on camera. This is something that's really passionate to many of us right now, helping those in need. I will tell you that this time of year brings out a lot of loneliness in our senior clients that we have, especially when their families don't live local. And I don't know if you're experiencing this within your sphere that you know. One of my past clients, I post a lot on social and I post a lot to my story. She replied to my story today to tell me that she lost 3 friends in the past week and that she was really depressed. And I responded back to her immediately this morning and said, I'd say her name is Donna, just because Donna's on this. Oh my gosh, Donna, that's terrible. When can we do lunch and catch up? Because right there, she needs a little bit more, right? She needs a little bit more help. Now, she's a past client of mine. She has multiple properties that she manages, um, and that she has renters in, and she does want to start offloading some of them. So it's just keeping that connection going with her and saying, all right, let's take some time out and go get some lunch together. Because losing 3 friends in probably about a week and a half time span, that's a lot. It's a lot of sadness. So this does happen this time of year, unfortunately. Um, is anyone going to any holiday parties right now in senior living communities that are going on that they've been invited to? There is like one a day here.
Hmm.
And I would love to be able to go to all of them, but there's only so much time in the day. We actually have to work, right? You got to pick and choose. And once you start getting on those holiday invite lists, it's just strategically how you can make it all happen. But it's a great time to even pop in to bring little goodie bags for the folks that work there. Something very easy to do is I showed this the other day. This is a bag that is off of Amazon that once you lock it on top, it closes, but inside they're little M&Ms. And this agent put their business card on it. This came from conference. It's too cute for me to eat. So I keep it as an example. But she put on here, oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for your referrals. I would put a sticker on there, an Avery sticker. You could make them up from yourself, letting them know that you're here to support their senior clients with any of their right sizing and downsizing needs type of a deal. Like I would make something up for there and put my business card on it and bring this in. I love this example because I think it's so cute. The other thing that we're doing as our team is instead of holiday cards this year, we did something a little bit different for all of our referral partners and past clients. So we did a calendar. And at the back of every calendar is a recipe. So you have the picture on the month. And then on the back side is the recipe. And we have a few people on our team. So these actually get shipped to us like this. This is a sticker magnet. You take the sticker off and you put your business card on it. And these we're sending out as holiday cards with a little holiday card inset that's wishing you and your loved ones a joyous holiday season and a new year filled with peace, prosperity, and happiness. Cheers to new beginnings and cherished memories. And then it's signed by each agent. So it's just a little bit different than we've done before with holiday cards. Has anyone gotten that far it's December 10th, time's a ticking. Has anyone gotten that far with their holiday cards or greetings yet?
I
Thanks,
haven't.
Geraldine.
Where
These
did
were
you get those? Where did you
these,
order those from?
so it's funny because there's a couple of companies, and I think one was called like Truly something. They were sold out. I was waiting for like Black Friday to order them. They were super sold out. I got these from Markful. So it's Markful. And it wasn't bad price wise. I'm going to try and pull it up on my phone just to give you an idea of what the cost was. If I could spell Markful right. And it's even something that you can do for the new year. Like say you said, oh, geez, I'm not going to have enough time to get it in time. Well, it's still into the new year. I'm just trying to find this. Oh, Markful is definitely a common word in my email. Let's put order receipt. Let me see. So I ordered uh, uh, I think 80 It didn't tell me how many I ordered. I ordered 80 of these for $124.88 with shipping and the envelopes.
That's pretty good.
So, which I think that's pretty good, right? Because business cards would have cost me the same amount, if not more. I mean, business cards, holiday cards, my goodness. And I said, you know what? This is a lot more meaningful than holiday cards because what do you do with a holiday card? Well, that's nice.
Throw it away.
You throw it away. So with this, that's what I did. And then I got these Avery labels for business cards. And I had my daughter, I made these up and I had my daughter separate all of them and just put this in as a little insert. And those were super inexpensive. I think a whole box of them cost me 20 bucks. And I didn't use the whole box. So it's just a great way to do what we need to do. For the new year, just gonna pull this up. Sorry, my computer is a little glitchy. For the new year, I have this paper for all my past clients, especially my senior clients. I'm going to be writing them a New Year letter, writing inside the letter that Happy New Year. Enclosed is your, whatever you want to call it, your ALTA, your HUD statement, whatever you want to call it, in your area, your closing settlement statement for your tax purposes. And I put a fresh copy in there, unstapled. I use a paper clip on it so that if they need to scan it to their accountant, they can, or their CPA. And I let them know, I don't want you to have to look for it because I know it's been 7 months since you sold your property. Here it is for you fresh. And I always send it the first week of January. It's a big thing for them because right now I have one client, and I think I've told you all about this client before. She's 98 now, and he's 87. And we sold their property. And of course, he went on the assessor's office for our county, and it still says her name. And it's going to until the new year resets, right? So he was like, did the house really change hands? Was his first thought process. And I said, yes, it did. We looked at, the trim notice, and Roseanne, I'll get to you in 1 second. We looked at the trim notice, and on it, the taxes went out to him and to the new buyer so that, they got their part, the new buyers got their part. If that makes sense. But this is really helpful, and it's a great way to keep you in contact with your past clients because sometimes we lose touch easy. Okay, Roseanne, it's nice to meet
Good
you.
morning. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Where are you
I
from?
love I'm from Massachusetts. I'm licensed in Mass and Rhode Island. So I love the idea of the magnets with the business card and the recipes. I've also seen this as a calendar. And I just saw, I was in my office yesterday and one of my colleagues had shown me hers. And I said, do you send this out every year? And she goes, I do. And if I don't send it out by a certain time, I start getting phone calls and texts like, hey, where's my calendar? Right?
Yep.
She orders hers through Magnets USA,
Yes, I
and
saw that one too.
she told me that if she orders them in like May, they're like drastically reduced,
Oh, that's a great
drastic for the next year,
for
right?
the
Because
next
you're
year.
planning that far ahead. And then another little tidbit is that what she does is that she has some of her preferred vendors or friends that have
Mhm.
businesses. And if they want her to add their business card to the envelope, she charges them like 25, 50 bucks. So basically she's getting out of this for free, right?
You
Because she's got
know,
her friends. She's got an esthetician friend,
yes,
nothing to do with
you're
real
onto
estate,
something.
you know, but I thought that was a really good idea. What I've done in the past is a magnet. It's a full magnet, like I don't know, 7 by 3. I'm guessing,
Mhm. Probably
but it
6 by
has
9.
it has my info, and then it has the kitchen conversions
Yes.
because when I was purchasing something, it was a one and done. right? Like I can send that out to a new client or a prospect or whomever and my SOI, and it stays on the fridge like for years, right? Like you probably been in somebody's home that has one of those and it's all yellowed, right? So it's less money for a longer period of time because after the year, you're throwing out that calendar that's on a magnet, right?
That's true, because you
So
have to, but this is an excuse to get in touch with them. But I like the
yes,
kitchen conversion. I have mine from Pampered Chef for like 20 years ago,
yes,
and
right,
it's still there. And
right,
it's metric on one side and US on the other side. So
yeah.
it's really helpful. But these are some great tips for you. It's not too late. We put the name Magnet USA and Markful in the chat. We really wanted something that was meaningful because there's a lot of different ones. I like the recipe cards the best. I don't know if they're going to use them or not, but I just thought it was really cool. And now I'm going to make a recipe and I'm going to make a point to put this recipe, I'm going to take a picture of it and put it up on your newsletter or on your social media for the recipe of the month. And then it ties it in, right? Because your clients are on, and your referral partners, they're on your social media. The other thing is if you take a picture of this recipe and send it to good old Chat GPT or Gemini, it will copy all the text and put it for you so that you could put it in your own format. If you go to Canva and put in recipes and you want to make it your own branded thing, that is another tip of leveling that up for you and tying it in every month. That, oh, it's January. We're going to be talking about white chicken chili for January. And it's just another piece of information that has nothing to do with real estate, which is okay to post on your social media because your clients are looking. My sphere and my clients and my referral partners are always looking at my social media, and they tell me what's good and they tell me what's not good. And so I actually like it when they tell me that what they don't like, because then I can change it, right? And they are like, that's really not relevant. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good point. And I can tweak it and adjust it. I always look at that stuff as constructive criticism. But this is a way to really tie all of this in and keep it going, because who doesn't like good recipes? All right.
Felicia, did you say
Yeah,
copy the picture and the recipe into Chat GPT?
just the picture of the recipe. Just take the picture of the
Just the
recipe.
picture.
You just take this whole thing, take a
Uh-huh.
screenshot of it, like picture, and send that to Chat GPT and it'll write it all out for you in about 30 seconds. The other thing before we go that I could leave you with is for those of us who do a lot of selling, and the dreaded piece of selling is trying to figure out how old the AC unit is, the condenser outside, inside, the hot water tank, all that stuff. If you go up to the hot water tank and you got that plate on there and you take a picture of it, and you put it up to Chat GPT and say, how old is this? It will tell you. Amazing. So these are ways that we use AI to make our lives easier. I do the same with the condenser outside and the air handler inside, because sometimes it's just so worn, or the AC company or the HVAC company puts their sticker right over the information that you need and you can't really find it. So it does a really good job on that. Well, I hope you all have a great day. I'm on my way to a senior scam seminar that I'm presenting at for some seniors at a church.
Oh,
and
yes.
I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining this morning, and I'll talk to you soon. Remember, you could message me on social media and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. What?